Hey, how we doing? Juicy here, members special. A bit of training we're going to do here, and we're going to look into something you might not have heard of before, but it's occlusion training. So we're looking at occlusion training for cricketers. So let's dive right in. So, introduction, what is occlusion training? It's basically training with the vascular occlusion. So the clues in the title a little bit there. And we can put this occlusion around a particular body part. And what the occlusion is, it comes in the form of like a tourniquet or saran wrap or a tubey grip or something like that. But whatever it is, we need to be putting it tight around the muscle that we want to train. And what it basically does, it gives us the ability to train at low intensities whilst gaining the benefits of high intensity training. So if we have a little look at this video, it will give you an idea, okay? Now, obviously, he's doing it on his biceps. What it's been used in bodybuilding quite a bit, but it just gives you an idea. So imagine you're putting that around the top of your leg, and we're doing a bit of leg training, a bit of leg volume work. So that's how it works a lot. Obviously, like I said, bodybuilders are using it, but it's not how we want to be. We want to be going. Hang on, I'm not sure that's showing to you. Okay, here we go. Sorry. So now you can see the video. It's like I say, he's got it on his biceps, and he's pumping away there. She's got it around the biceps, but what we do is put it around the top of the quad. Okay. So let's nip back into the presentation. So that's basically what it is there. So a little bit of background into occlusion training. So what we found is for cricketers particularly, I've sort of looked into this before, and for cricketers, it's very hard to train at high intensity every day due to the increased neural load and just the fact that you're playing every day or training every day, professionals particularly. But you guys as well, you might have 2 games during the week, 2 games on the weekend, and it's hard to get the intensity of training in if you've got a high load of cricket specific training and games. Training in gym environment, it can be difficult when playing away or at an outground. So what you can do with this sort of thing is use the occlusion, and then you can use a lighter weight and get the same sort of effects as a heavier weight. Obviously, we're just talking about mainly strength training here. We've taken the dysfunctions off the board. Everything's okay. We're into the strength training, and it's happy days. And it works. It gets to the fast twitch fibers as well, which obviously, as you know, we talk about a key for fast bowlers in your development. So it's quite a good little tool. This I've been playing around with it a little bit. We'll might bring it in next year during the season. Probably do an in-season training and show you exactly how to use it. But it's just giving you some ideas of exactly how it's used. So the pathways for which it works. So one is a fiber type recruitment. So obviously, like we're saying, what we want to do is use the fast twitch fibers, and this gets to it because we're taking away a lot of oxygen, so it's avascular. Two, the accumulation of metabolites, so lactate accumulation leads to acidic environment, and then the secretion of the growth hormone. Obviously, growth hormone is a massive thing. If we can get that going, then it can help with not just building muscle, but also recovery as well. Again, fast bowlers, what we want, good recovery. Be able to go the next day, go at 6 o'clock the next night, that sort of thing. Motor pathway activation, okay, which is a big thing because we want to be making sure, like we said, we did dysfunction work, we get the movements clean. We want to keep them clean, and we want to keep them strong as well. So this works on a multitude of levels, really. Multitude is a big word. So a little bit of a lit review just to show you. It's not just off the sort of top of my head. We've been looking into it, and quite a few people have done some studies into it. And occlusion training has been shown to increase muscle mass whilst working at just 20% 1 rep max, so really subliminal loads, okay? And also, at the moment, we're working on, and the program that most of you guys are working on at the moment is fairly subliminal loads, but it's going to help massively. Okay, what we found, subliminal loads with good technique and good movements, and results go through the roof. It limits the oxygen available to slow twitch oxidative fibers, causing a rapid increase in recruitment of fast twitch glycolytic fibers to handle the workload. Again, like we mentioned earlier, we want those fast twitch fibers to be working and working well. So this is it's pretty perfect for it, really. Under ischemic conditions, so lack of oxygens, fast twitch fibers recruited even when intensity is low. So like we said, we don't have to be going balls out here. 20% of a 1 rep max. So set maybe a 20 kg kettlebell for some goblet squats, or the bottom up kettlebell lunges, things like that. Add the occlusion, and we're suddenly working the fast twitch fibers. It's, you know, the payoff is all round is brilliant, really. So also it takes the mechanical stress away from the resistance training. Like we said, when we train hard, it takes the price. We call it money in the bank, but also we're taking something out of the bank as well. So we can't train hard all the time and practice hard all the time. Otherwise, the CNS system, your neural system will go to shit. Okay, the body will crash, you'll be all over the shop, and we just can't do it. So this is a great tool to use instead of that. We can go through the uploading phase while still gaining the unloading phase while still gaining positive adaptations. Something a lot of people do struggle with during the season is losing strength and things like that. With this sort of thing, again, it's a beauty. We can combine two things at once. And you know, like we always say, get the best bang for your buck. Increase in hypertrophy and power shown after just 2 weeks of training. Again, all these things, fellas, are from studies, from lit-reviewed studies. So it's all been tried and tested, and it's something that I've not delved massively into, but I really like it. I love the concept. It's something we're going to be trying a lot more. And basically, up to now, it's been hard to actually quantify the occlusion. So how hard the tourniquet, whatever it is you're using, is actually tied around. So we've not been able to see or get consistent with that. But now there's new things being released where we can use it. So we're just getting into that now. And occlusion training shown to increase muscle capillary network and facilitate oxygen delivery to muscles. Again, all great things that we want from our training. The benefits and adaptations for upper body have shown whilst lower body is in occlusion. So if you're doing, like we said, doing some goblet squats with them on, doing some lunges with them on, some hip hinge, some RDL work, there is actually a carryover into the upper body as well. It's thought to be due to the large increase in hormones due to larger musculature of the lower body. So, you know, there's great adaptations we can get from this. Occlusion training shown to increase growth hormone again by 290 times, which is, you know, quite phenomenal, really. Protein synthesis is shown to increase through occlusion training as well. So, you know, again, there's some really good reasons to give this a little bit of a go. EMG data has found that no significant difference between low intensity occlusion training and high intensity normal training. So like we've been saying, it's given the payoff without going through the pain quite a lot. So during the season, perfect. It's shown to alter resting metabolic profile of skeletal muscle. Again, really important. And resting muscle glycogen levels are increased. Contractile activity stimulates glucose, therefore not available for resynthesis during recovery. So this is fantastic, okay? So there's so many good things that we can be getting from this type of occlusion training. So here's the way they laid out one of their sessions. This is straight from the paper, so obviously this isn't one of my sessions because there's things in here that I wouldn't have you doing. But they've been trying it with the barbell squat, the leg press, leg extension, leg curl, hack squat, remaining deadlift, calf raises. So the rest is minimal as well. They're doing 4 sets and the reps are quite high. And look at the intensity, 20 to 50%. And most of it, well, I remember when I read the paper, was down around 20 to 30%. And one of the upper body workouts, so same sort of detail. They go just 3 lots of 10 here, so not going as quite high reps with the lower body, and they're using more around the 50%. Again, exercises we wouldn't use here really, but you get the sort of way we can incorporate it. And I'll do some videos soon because we're just waiting for some new straps to arrive and show you exactly how you can be using them. So a couple of the safety aspects. Do not occlude for more than 30 minutes, okay? It's quite tight once you get it on there, so don't leave it on for too long. And 30 minutes is quite a long time. I'd usually go for doing it for a complete set in one exercise, take it off, have 2-3 minutes, or even up to 5 minutes off, put it back on again, do your next exercise. Use occlusion for the whole of exercise, then rest, like I just said. So yeah, so we do it for the exercise, rest 5 minutes, go back to the next one. Only use moderate, so don't have it so it's choking the muscle completely. We don't need your leg going blue and falling off. And do not use if you suffer with poor endothelial function. Okay, so just make sure everything's okay before you dive in. Some other bits and pieces of information really beneficial for post-op cardiac rehab and the elderly. Of course, you know, if someone is taking away the hard strain but giving the same results, you know, why not try it with everyone? Do not get mechanical stress that you get the high intensity training offers, and that's not the same tendon stiffness effect. You know, the feeling when you've trained too close to game time and you get into game time and you're stiff and you're sore and that all the stuff that Steph's talking about at the moment with the hip and knee dominant and getting bouncy and doing all the jump work, you can't do it if you're sore, okay? You get a higher risk of injury. Let's go back. And the O2 effective and increased efficiency of your stretch shortening cycle. So, you know, we're increasing the effectivity of that. So if we're doing the right training with this, we're getting a lot of good points and new ammunition for our bowling. So practical applications for cricket can be used during games without the same load as mechanical stress. So what we've been harking on a little bit about, same effect, less load, less stress on the body, happy days. Able to target the fast switch fibers are crucial for fast bowlers. Again, massive. Less glycogen usage, so will not affect recovery to the same degree. Huge. Need to use in conjunction with high intensity training to allow for tendon stiffness and adaptation. Okay, so awesome. So guys, that's about it. Hopefully you've enjoyed that, got something new out of it. Like I said, we will be getting some straps, getting in some exercises, show you exactly how it's done, but just some food for thought for now. Until next time, speak to you later.